How y'all doing? Bienvenidos a mi canal. Hey y'all. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday. If it's Saturday or whenever you see this. Today is my Sabbath, so if I seem a little, if my eyes are a little red, don't worry about it. That's my business. Hello. If you do not recognize this face, my name is Latrice, and this is Faith by Latrice, where faith is the muscle be exercised around here. So we finna get right into it. No dilly-dallying. All right, y'all. So my devotional this morning, let me tell you. I knew as soon as I read it, I said, okay, hit me all up in this region. If my eyes a little red, a little puffy, don't worry about it. That's my business, okay? So let's just get into it. So boom. The verse for this devotional was 1 John 4. And it says 1 through 17. But it's like 4 lines on this page. So I'm just like, I think they paraphrased, condensed it a little bit. So it says, we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. This is how love is made complete among us, so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. In this world, we are like Jesus. Okay, boom. Before we get to anything, the word love here. Now, I know this is devotional, so they have a certain definition of love here, but also, sidebar, secreto. When I say the word love, and when I tell people I love them and all of those kind things and nice things, I'm referring to the Bible's definition of love, okay? And for those of us who don't know the Bible's definition of love, un momentico. I'm speaking of 1 Corinthians 13 love. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. So that's what I mean when I say love. So just think about that with this devotional. Y'all could go ahead and pause. Excuse me. Pause and rewind to re-get it, you know. Let me read to you what the devotional was. It said, does anyone know the real you? Lo oyeron? Because that first question, I was like, you don't got to get this deep on me. Not this early in the morning, sir, ma'am. Please. Does anyone know the real you? The you that hasn't been edited or exaggerated. Putting up a false front in our relationships is a direct expression of our own fear. I'm not even done. When we are afraid to be truly known, we lose out on the most incredible gift that can be given in relationship, which is honest love. We sacrifice genuine relationship on the altar of our own insecurity and fear. Try to be real with others you come in contact with today. What? Why you have to come at me like that? Did anybody tell you to come at me like this? It said, does anyone know the real you? I was like, oh my goodness. So I want y'all to think back in your memory, okay? You don't have to think back that far. You can just scroll on my videos and go to the first one. Cuando yo dije, speaking things over myself, speaking those things that are not as though they are. And I mentioned something about people pleasing. That's the first thing I thought of, right? Because I'm like, listen, that people pleasing thing is real. I'm gonna be otra vez where I'm being very honesta, right? I'm being very candid. Can't talk about myself. Can't talk about nobody else. So that people pleasing thing, if y'all want to know, here we go. Jesus make me tell my business. It's just, that's something that I have learned about myself, that it's come out of rejection, right? So if you feel rejected, then you're most likely to people please, like rejected in life, either with, cause life be life and be doing stuff. Either it could be familial, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be just someone who had influence over your life and maybe you felt rejected by them, boom. So the development of people pleasing, right? So that was something that I thought of with that first question that says, does anyone know the real you? Not the you pretend to be, not the you that want to make everybody happy, not the you, but the real you, the one, like, is there anybody in your life who you can just not have a mask on with, who you can just like slouch with, who you can just be your rawest, real self? Think about that. Anyway, now here go the point. Well, God had me right. God cannot bless who you pretend to be. And neither can anybody else. God cannot send things to your life if you are not being that person who he's actually made, who he created. The person he actually created, not the one that life got to, not the one that the relationship got to, not the one that the passing of the friend got, not the one that the betrayal got to, but the real you that he made to your core, the one who has an assignment. Remember I said, Jesus said, you're called to govern some territory. Now that's the real you is called to govern territory. The real you is called to that marriage. The real you is called to that, to being a mogul, to being a mogul, business owner, to being somebody who changes other people's lives because of how God has blessed you. Now, he can't do none of that, and neither can nobody else decide to be nice and kind, not just nice and kind, but bless you with like opportunities, right? Them being used by God to bless you. That can't happen if you're pretending to be somebody else. Okay? Let me tell you something. Only the real you can be blessed. What I got on my nose? Oh, everyone was built or wired a certain way for their own assignment. Oh my God. There may be things you prefer that you don't like about yourself. Let's keep it a buck. There may be things about yourself that you don't like. Things that you wish it was different. Either the way your mind is set up, the way your heart's set up. I was just having a conversation with God. God, sometimes I would prefer not to have this kind of heart that I got. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Sometimes I don't want to have the heart that I have. But guess what I've learned and what God has told me? Your assignment, you are wired for your purpose. The thing that I'm called to do in life, I have to have this kind of heart. I have to have this kind of mind. I have to be the bubbly, exciting, or excited person that I am. I be trying to be real low key sometimes. And then can't even help it. We'll walk into a room and smile at somebody and start talking about God knows what. I be like, Latrice, cálmate por favor. Can you just manténgase calmada? Like, just for half a second. Can't even help it. It's the way I'm wired. It's the way I'm wired. Oh my God. I got something else. Hold on. Because he was just giving me. I hope this is helping somebody. I hope this makes sense so far. Okay, so basically, I'm sorry. You have to lean in to who you are. What does that mean? Because it sounds like Christianese Bible talk again. Basically, embrace who you are. Embrace who you are. What you have, what is yours. You know how it's like, what is for you is for you? That saying? Okay, what is for you is for you. You have to embrace who you are. Can't nobody take what's yours. That's yours. Can't nobody be you like you. Can't nobody do you like you. Like, there's room enough for all of us. Okay, it's enough for all of us out here to get what we got to get. I'm talking about get a lot of it. Okay? He gave me examples. God gave me examples. There are many people that start coming to my mind about in the Bible, and so many people who did a lot of things, right? Moses, the let my people go thing, right? It's people like Moses. I'm so sorry. It's still happening, but in the name of Jesus, I'm healed. It's people like Moses, Esther, David, Daniel. Those people who did, just look them up. If you want to get the cliff notes, go to Google, see what they did, who them people was. Búscalo. But it's people like them that did great things in the Bible. I'm talking about memorable things, right? Memorable things. And God didn't require that any of those people changed who they were. Now, God didn't require it, but there are people around them that tried to make them change. Make them change to fit the culture of that day, to fit the culture of that job, to fit the culture of that kingdom, to fit the culture of that palace, to fit the culture. David, when he did the rock and the slingshot to get Goliath down, Saul, who was the king at first, said, here you go, take my armor. Right? Take my, out of respect, David tried it on, but said, you know what? I'm sorry, this don't fit. Let me use what I got. So that's just a peek at like, look, he tried it on out of respect. But he used what he knew. He used what he had, right? He didn't change. Who else? Moses. Moses had a speech impediment. And God was like, go tell Pharaoh, let my people. He said, what? Hello, God. Hello, me. I got a speech impediment. What you doing? What you talking about? God did not disagree. He said, I understand. I'm going to send some help for you. Daniel, this is my last one. Daniel had a certain eating regimen. He said, because I believe in God, and I honor God this way with my body. I don't eat the meat y'all eat. I don't eat what y'all eat in y'all kingdom. I eat the vegetables and such. They was like, well, since you doing that, You disrespecting the kingdom right now. We're gonna have to do something with you. He was like, all right, bet, we'll test it then. How about we go a week? I'm gonna eat what I eat, y'all eat what y'all eat. Let me see if I don't come out better, looking better, stronger, all that. You don't think it worked? Yes, he did. Because he didn't compromise. That's the reason that Daniel got through into the lion's den, because he would not compromise himself. I need y'all to go look at the cliff notes of these people I just named. Esther, Moses, David, Daniel. And see that they did not prosper well. And they did not change who they were. More of the story, that's it. It's going long. Lean into who you are. I'm sorry, y'all. Lean into who you are. Embrace your authentic self. That is the one that's going to bless everybody. That's the one we need. That's the one we want. All right, that's it, y'all. That's it. I love you. I love you. Have a wonderful day. A wonderful night whenever you'll see this. I think that's all I got. Yep. Life be life, and y'all. But guess what? We're going to prosper regardless.